Welcome to Integrity Inspire, your daily dose of inspiration and motivation, featuring the bright and talented members of the Integrity Marketing Group family. Now, here's your host, Integrity co-founder and CEO, Brian W. Adams.
Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for joining today's Inspire podcast. This is Brian Adams. Super excited to be back with you today on a Thursday. I was traveling yesterday and we couldn't make the schedules work. And so hopefully this works out all right. But hope everybody's having an amazing Thursday. I just got to say, it's one of those things as we come together that we just want to, continue to just inspire other people. And one of the things I can tell you for me, man, what we're watching in Ukraine is truly inspiring. I mean, people talk about patriotism. The patriotism that the Ukrainian people are really showing is frankly something that inspires me, and frankly, I wish we all had even more of. And so encourage everybody to keep praying for the Ukraine situation and everything that's happening there. And then I think we should continue to pray for the people of Russia, because I think that there is no doubt the people of Russia are the ones who are certainly suffering. And so I just personally want to continue to keep them in our thoughts and prayers, and continue to really lift them up and let them know, frankly, that they're certainly inspiring me, and I know millions of others as well. Again, we mentioned this on Monday, but Friday is National Employee Appreciation Day. I want to just say thank you for everybody who is working so hard here at Integrity and just making this such an incredible place. Our employees are our partners here at Integrity, and so it's really Partner Appreciation Day here. But I just want everybody to know how much we appreciate you guys. With now more than 5,500 people partnering here at Integrity, it is something that we hope to continue to celebrate, frankly, every day. And today, we've got another big celebration. We have a big announcement that we're going to be making, and I'm super excited that today we're actually announcing this. Usually we announce to the Integrity family first, and then we announce to the world after. But today we're actually going to be sending this out that Carothers Insurance Agency has joined the Integrity family. As part of this partnership, Chris Carothers, president of Carothers Insurance Agency, will become a managing partner here at Integrity. And this is an incredible story. This business started in 1969, and Chris's father, Mike Carothers, founded the agency in Las Vegas, Nevada. Eventually, Chris bought the agency from his father and grew it into just an amazing, amazing business, an incredible company that is today, that is expanding nationally and has even introduced a brand of storefront locations, these local retail locations called Your Insurance Agency, which has just been an incredible model that I think is really intriguing in a lot of ways. And then he lets his agents set up these stores at no cost to them in order to help them serve even more people and meet them where they want to be met. And now, as part of the Integrity family, we're going to come alongside of Chris and the entire team at Carothers Insurance Agency with their combined 50 years of experience in the insurance family. We're going to continue to learn from them. We're going to continue to give them additional resources and support. And on behalf of all of the Integrity family, I am super honored to welcome Chris Carothers and the entire Carothers Insurance Agency family to the Integrity family. Congratulations, Chris. Super excited to have you, man.
Brian, thank you so much. What a introduction to the history. It gave me a chance to reflect on the many years of being a part of and working with my dad, but then also seeing how the industry has evolved and where it's going to and what we need to do to continue going forward in an ever-changing marketplace. So what a gift to be able to partner with Integrity and other friends that I've known for years. And I'm very excited, and the sky is the limit. Just is. There's nothing holding back now. It's just a great opportunity for us as well.
It's going to be a lot of fun, man. So you guys started in 1969. I was trying to think what Las Vegas was like back in 1969. I mean, there couldn't have been that much out there back then. I'm trying to think when like the Rat Pack and all that stuff was going on. You probably had like Fremont Street, but not the strip and thing. People know it today, right? And so you guys have this deep. I mean, you had to be one of the kind of early kind of adopters and families there in Las Vegas. And you guys have deep roots there. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, just a little bit about, I don't think there was 100,000 population in Las Vegas back then. And that is actually the year Elvis, I believe, went live at the Hilton Hotel, which is called, it was the International Hotel back then. And so it's interesting because when my dad, Mike Carothers, started in brokerage, which is something that was unheard of. So he was a trailblazer when agency was the only way to do business, meaning working with the big companies and working as an employee of a company. And to be in brokerage, he was definitely a trailblazer to break out of the mold, if you will, and to evolve to what our industry is today for all of us. Is brokerages, I think, is the centerpiece of our industry, having choices for our brokers, choices for our clients, and being able to turn quickly as the market changes and to meet those needs of our industry.
Wow, that's super interesting. You know, I love y'all's video. Your video is walking through, is it a museum? It's an outdoor, it shows all of the old signs of fabulous Las Vegas. Tell us about the place you guys are shooting that video, because ladies and gentlemen, you want to watch this video. It's super interesting. Tell us a little bit about that experience.
Yeah, so it's something that Vegas didn't want to forget its past and where we came from. And so we have a collection of the old signs that came from the hotels. So as Vegas evolved, it would replace old buildings and erect new ones and new themes, but they didn't want to forget our past. And so we have this great neon museum where you can walk through, and a lot of the signs do light up at night, and you can reflect and see what Vegas, where we came from. And it's just intriguing to how people thought and how creative they were, and how, I guess, primitive in a way the technology was back then when they created signs, and the labor of love of what they created. If you've seen some of those signs that were there, you would just see the details and how many hours it would have taken to make those signs, and the labor of love to create the city of lights that we are. As everyone knows, when they fly into Vegas, they're mystified, if you will, based on the strip and the lights that we have. So anyway, it's just a great experience to take a look at. And so it was a great opportunity for us to look at our past and looking forward, and to reflect on how long we've been here as an agency and our family, and just go down memory lane in a way. So it was a great day, great experience.
That is awesome, man. Well, hey, I haven't been to Las Vegas since COVID hit. I love Las Vegas. It's just such an incredible town. I haven't been back since COVID started, so I've got 2.5 years or something, over 2 years now, right? Is it back? What's the vibe there like?
Well, I'm going to take it back just a step. So when we shut down, what was interesting due to COVID, all the hotels were closed down. And if you can imagine barricades in front of all the hotel entrances and police vehicles along the strip to keep them from being looted or taken advantage of. But the strip was empty and closed, but they still had all the lights on. They would actually take the lights and turn on some of the rooms in the hotel. So if you can imagine, they would make a picture of room lights like a heart and all the windows of a whole hotel. But what was interesting was people took the opportunity to do something they could never do before. And that was, they would take their bikes and they would take their families down the strip without any traffic and or skateboard down the strip. So it went from being this amazing city of life and energy to, almost a ghost town, if you will, but to then now it's come back and that energy is there. And I think we're finally back up and running fully. We had our second, round of COVID, or third round, whatever you want to call it, where all the shows were having to close because someone in their cast would get sick and they couldn't run the show. So they were shutting them down, even though they were getting reservations. But I think now we're fully back up and running, and that Vegas energy is here. And actually tourism is great and business is great.
That is awesome. I was actually in New York last weekend, and it was back, man. I mean, it wasn't like New York of old, but it was one of those feelings when you're like, it's starting to feel normal again. So praise God for that, for sure. Now, you started out in the family business and you followed your father's footsteps when you first started out. Did you expect to follow was that kind of always the plan? Tell us about that.
No. The joke was when my dad called me up one day to hire me, he says, I got to learn how to spell the word insurance. And I was dating my wife. My wife, Elise, and I started off in a career of real estate. I always had a passion for real estate and people. So I started off doing that. And that's where I met my bride, my wife now of just about 30 years and a couple months. And basically, I started off there. And then my dad called me up one day and he says, can we have lunch? And so I brought Elisa with me and we sat down lunch. It was at Marie Callender's. And he basically said, hey, I hate to just close this agency down someday. I hate to just sell it. Nothing would be better than if you could come in the family business and then take it over someday. And my wife looked at me and no will be steady paycheck, because anything knows about real estate, it's feast or famine. And we were dating, obviously. And so not that I had a very successful career in real estate, but my dad allowed me, says, do a little bit of real estate on the side and help me out in the business. And then things changed. I fell in love with the business. I fell in love with how we make a difference and change lives. And it's an ever-changing business, as we all know who's in the insurance business.
But it's an incredible business, right? I mean, it's just such an amazing industry. I think it's an exciting industry. It truly is an incredible business that we're in. What drives you to keep working so hard in this industry? I know we both love.
I know some of you have heard in the past, I have a saying that basically goes, we're called to love and to serve. And if you do those two things, everything just takes care of itself. And there is such gratifying feeling to be able to encourage, to support, see people build, to create their own success. I'm referring to the insurance producers, our brokers in the insurance industry, and to be a part of it. Yes, they did it themselves, but to be a part with it and to be in that journey, there's nothing better than to see a broker who is looking for an opportunity and doesn't know where to start, and to see them have literally so modest financially, to see them build success, to then be able to buy a home and then to get married, to have a family and to be a part of that it's just an amazing journey in life that we all go through, and that no one should ever walk alone. But also the clients that we touch, it's the same experience, that there's people that, come in and they're lost, they're scared, they don't know what to do. This is the most difficult decision they've ever made in their life, believe it or not. For us, it's second nature. But to be a part of those people's clients' lives that we serve, and to be there when they're just planning, but also to be there when life turns challenging, and to be able to walk with them through that process of whatever they need help with, whether it's unfortunately a life insurance claim, or it's even a health insurance claim, or they're in the hospital and they don't know what to do and they need extra support for their family, or they're dealing with cancer, or quite frankly, sometimes we just stop and pray with them. And whoever that is, that needs prayer. And I'll tell you what, the bonds and the relationships and being there for each other is what life is all about.
Man, I love everything you just said. I think seeing people as people is so important. And taking a moment to pray with somebody is super powerful in so many ways. And I love hearing your heart behind it. I love the fact you said we are called to love and to serve, right? And that's so incredibly true. And I just love that. Now, you guys, one of our philosophies here at Integrity is meet people where they are. Wherever they want to make those decisions, meet them where they are, whether that's in person, on the phone, or online. You guys have taken this to a different level. We have a couple other businesses that have done this as well, like the health insurance store in Florida with Wes Fisher and his incredible team. And you guys have taken that into this idea of your insurance agency and really putting up these retail locations. Tell us a little bit about that, because I think it's one of the more unique kind of paths that I've seen.
I'll give a little background because it's kind of funny in a way, and I probably won't tell the full story for now. But the issue was that I wanted to come up with a name that said something that they knew what we're about, but also wanted to do something that was personalized. And kind of the funny thing is when I called my friends at the state and said, hey, can I have this name? Can I have the name of your insurance agency? And they kind of giggled. And I go, what's so funny? He goes, yeah, you can have it. I don't know why anybody didn't think of this before. It's like, and I said, yeah, because it was, the whole idea was that, could you imagine at home when the phone rings and the caller ID pops up, honey, who's on the phone? It's your insurance agency. Or you have a business card, you hand it over to someone, say, I want to be your insurance agency and or agent, because we have both of those names. But the point is that it was something that brought a little levity in a world that's so serious, and it's trying to be something that it's not, and it's trying to hide behind whatever it is. And to just put it out there, there's no misunderstanding what we do. And so people come in literally off the street, if you will. They go in the mall. You should see sometimes when I'd be in the mall helping a broker, and you'd see somebody walk by, and all of a sudden they do the moonwalk, almost like the backwards, like, what the heck did I just see? And then they turn around, they come in. You're an insurance agency. Yes, we are. Can we help you? And they say, yeah, can you insure my limo company? Sure, come on in. So there's that part of it that's fun, but also I wanted something universal that the brokers could take advantage of, because we have both of our names. That we have the Carothers website, which is I call our agent toolbox, but I also wanted something that was retail that the brokers could use universally, and they could take advantage of it if they wanted to. Now, not all of our brokers do, but it's an opportunity to have advertising, marketing, and to be able to have more exposure, because we need to use technology, internet, et cetera, and social media to market and to help give them some more credibility, to be tied to something, and so on. But also, what we've been able to do in our mall locations is that we have they were mall walking groups called the Sunstriders, which when COVID happened, that kind of went away, walking in the malls, because they shut the malls down. And so we had to quickly adapt it and make it a web-based, where what happened before is they would go to our storefronts daily, and then they would sign in their steps and out their steps, and then we would track them, and we'd have mall talks, meetups every month, and have doctors come and talk, and so on and so forth. Or I have different talks on myriad of different things. So we still have the group, but now it's kind of more virtual. I look forward to the day where we can go bring it back into the malls and have some of that personal touch. But the issue is that it's so holistic and so completing when you can be engaged in the community and to use a brand to be a part of that. And quite frankly, I never have to solicit anybody, nor would I want to in the scheme of what we're doing, in the scheme of doing our events, because the issue is that they already know what we do. I don't need to solicit. If they need our services, they know where to find us, they know what to do. And that's what's so great about it, because we don't want to get in the way of other people's relationships with their current broker they trust. But if they need help, they know exactly what they do, and they're more than welcome to come on in, and we're happy to serve them.
That's awesome, man. What a great message, and what a great path, I think. I mean, what you guys are doing is truly serving people in a huge way and loving them at the same time. So one of the things I love hearing is why you're choosing to partner with Integrity. You've got this incredible business, been around for 50 years. What are you excited about the most and looking forward to about partnering with Integrity?
I get to go back to doing what I do best, and that's being out there with the public, with the brokers, to train, to support, to encourage, to help with change in our industry. When you're an agency owner, one of the issues we all deal with is we get pulled back in and having to do a lot of the back end HR, dealing with contracts and all the things, negotiating this and that, and being able to partner with Integrity takes that all off the table, where I just have to make a phone call or an email to then get the support so we can focus on doing what we do best.
Awesome, man. Well, we're here to support you and super excited to be your partner. Before we wrap up here, we're going to be announcing this today. Everybody, please make sure you like and share it. It's going to be super fun. Watch the video. The video is great with what we were just talking about with all the Las Vegas signs and Las Vegas scenery. But before we wrap up, I heard that you're somebody who's quite adventurous in the kitchen, and that you actually won an award at a big county fair. Tell us about that, man.
It's one of the things that I'll take it back one moment and to give us some context to it. So part of some of the things I've done is we all get faced with health situations where it causes us to stop and reflect on our lives and want to make changes. And so back in 2008, I had neck surgery and I needed to change my lifestyle a little bit not because of my having a neck, but I was aware of that I needed to make changes in my lifestyle with regarding how I eat, so on and so forth. So one of the things I did is I didn't want things with sugar or wheat and so on like that. But then I ended up creating I'm going to go sideways a little bit here, is that I have salsa I'm known for making as well. And so I started making that in the kitchen and bringing it to my office and started sharing it with my staff and so on. And my staff enjoyed it so much, they wanted me to start selling it in the stores. And so they came up with a name, they incorporated me, they came up with logos, they did everything and so on. And it was about ready to go into the stores, but then it got too complicated. But one of the things I did when I was doing that as well is that I actually have my own vines in the front yard, grapevines that is. And so ironically, I started making wine, and some of my neighbors had some vines in their front yard as well. And so we were kind of we're helping out neighbors and so on and so forth. But so I started, grew some grapes, and then I said, it's time to, let's harvest. And so I made some wine. And then what happened, my wife says, this is really good. You need to put it in the fair, the San Diego Fair. I'm like, really? She goes, yeah, you got to put in this fair. And so I'm only making like 38, 40 bottles of wine. It wasn't a whole lot. So we took 2 of our bottles down to the San Diego Fair, and I walked in there, and there were thousands of bottles all around the room. And I'm sitting there going, wow, I can't believe this many people grow their own grapes. And they said, no, not really. These are people just taking wine and blending it and putting their own label on it. And I says, well, if you look on this bottle, this is a picture of my grapes in my front yard in Las Vegas, Nevada. And they were very impressed. But anyway, lo and behold, I pulled out an award, took silver in the fair, but also took best in class. And I did it for 2 years in a row. And it was a lot of fun to be able to produce it and share it with people because they wanted my wine too. I think it was a little bit of beginner's luck, but it sure was a lot of fun being able to have that opportunity to create something and success, and the support of my wife to encourage me to do these things as well.
That is awesome. That is so cool. I got a couple of buddies who've tried to make wine. I can assure you would not win any fairs or any awards. It was pretty rough. So you must know what you're doing. And I would love to try that one day. But and your salsa for sure as well. I know I love salsa and would love to try that. Well, listen, we've got a lot of it.
I will share them. I will share some with you.
Please,
I will share some.
Please do, man. We'd love that. Well, hey, we are super excited about this partnership, and I know we've got a lot of other partners who would like to hop on and congratulate you. I know the first one, Dave Martin, is a good friend of ours. Dave, are you there?
Yes, I am, Ryan. Yep.
Hey, buddy, I hear you're under the weather. Let you please know, man, we're praying for you and lifting you up, man, and appreciate you taking time to jump on today. It really means a lot.
Yeah, that just tells you can keep track of your health, but things happen anyway. So thought I was a healthy guy. The next thing I know, I'm on the table getting a triple bypass and 2 valves worked on. So.
And are you in the hospital right now, man?
I am. Chris is so important. I said I can talk for a few minutes. So
this is a remarkable story. I mean, this is talking about doing what you have to do, and that means so much. I know for everybody. But man, Dave, take care of yourself, brother. But please know we're praying for you.
Yeah. Well, thanks. Yeah, Chris. I don't know if we joined the NBA about the same time or we've known each other for a good 20 years now, and we've always had good talks about the business and had fun doing social things, and just really, really happy to have you aboard.
Thank you, Dave, and surprised to have you here today, but also thank you for your commitment to being a friend, even going through what you're going through, and I will keep you in prayer as well. And thank you so much for your friendship for all these years too.
You bet. Wouldn't have missed it. So congratulations.
Love you, Dave. We'll keep you in the prayers. Let us know if there's anything you need, my friend.
Thank you.
Hey, next up, we got Sam Corey the third. Sam, you there with us, man?
I'm here. Couldn't be happier to have Chris as a partner. We were along with Dave and a bunch of other folks, NBA members, and Chris and I took a liking to each other immediately within the first meeting or two because we both were in such similar situations, family businesses, et cetera. So we've shared some stories and some phone calls over the years, some good, some complaining about our parents, but it all worked out in the end. And I couldn't be happier for you and Elise to be partners. I was hoping this day would come one day. Frankly, which all my friends in this business could become partners. But congratulations, enjoy it. Be prepared when the video hits, your phone's going to blow up. But I'm super proud for you.
Thank you, Sam. I agree. Again, we talked about before, not walking alone. And when you have friends in the business who have similar businesses, we're all uniquely different in the business, but they have the same type of thing coming in the family business and being a part of it and having our own identity and all those things that are so important to do. And I just thank you for your friendship. I thank you for your support today, being here with us. That's great. That's awesome.
You're more than welcome. My pleasure.
Hey, Sam, before you go, man, first of all, thanks for hopping on. I understand on the pre-show we're talking about things that people are passionate about. I understand you're super passionate about Oreo cookies. Is that right?
I was just, Kendall caught me in a moment. She asked me a question of which Oreos I preferred. I said I like the yellow ones.
The blonde ones.
And I also, the blonde ones. And I also admitted that I have a serious lack of self-control and could probably eat a whole package by myself.
Me too, bro. Me too. I like the blonde ones better too. All the black ones. The black ones are amazing. Let's not get it wrong. If you leave that looks like you're dipping stuff or something in your mouth afterwards, you got all the mess. The blondes, you don't have that.
Right.
I just learned. Somebody just texted me that Sunday is National Oreo Day. Like, there's a day for everything. Is this not crazy that there's a day for everything? Go treat yourself to an entire package of Oreos on Sunday because it's National Oreo Day, bro.
I'm going to have to sneak out to the supermarket, make sure my wife's not looking, park in the back corner.
Make it happen. Own it, man. Own it. Well, Brian Garrity's also on. Brian, what's up, man?
Yeah, can you hear me, Brian?
Which Oreo do you like? The blonde or the OG?
I'm a double stuff guy. I like the cream in the center. Peel apart, I'll just eat the cream out of the middle.
Yeah, that is a company that got it right. They're like, dude, everybody just keeps on eating the cream. Like, let's just give them more of what they want, man. Right? That's a good call. The double stuff is legit.
I might be dreaming, Brian, but I think I saw triple stuffs in the store the other day. I know they make double stuff. They might be making triple stuff now for guys.
Why not? Yeah, why not? They should
give the people what they want. Meet them where they want. From, right?
I'm about to Google that.
I think you're dreaming, Brian. And I think there's actually one with a third cookie in the middle now between the double stuff. So I think that's the next one down.
No, I think it's called. So here's what it is. It's called the Oreo Mega Stuff.
Mega Stuff.
Triple stuff.
Oreo is my picture on the is my picture on the package?
Yeah, no, this is legit. Oreo in June announced. It kind of looks gross, man, because maybe they overdid it, but in June they announced the triple stuffed Oreo, man. That's like, it does kind of look, it kind of looks like a little overkill, but I'll try. Make sure, do this, Sam, since it's National Oreo Day. Get one of each. Get the triple stuff, get the double stuff, get the blonde, get the OG, the dark one. And just give us a little taste test on that. But you got to get your wife to video this, and we should put that out there.
I'll see what I can do.
Sorry, Garrity, man. I just totally digressed on this, but I know you're out there for it on purpose.
Well, Chris, I just also want to say congratulations and welcome, and especially to you and Elise. I think this is just a great arc to your story. You and I have been friends for a long time. I look back, I was later joining NBA, but you and I have been working together on this Medicare thing since 2012. And I've just always been so impressed. Brian, what you mentioned about Chris and the retail locations, he's been the king of retail out in the West for as long as I've known him. And really, really took all the retail programs that were available and built quite an operation around it. And also just speaks to how he's trying to find a home for his brokers. And he talks about the way his brokers, how he treats them, but they come into his life and he nurtures them and finding them. It's almost like a home. Like he's one of the, for all the other Medicare guys, he's one of those guys who took the retail programs we all know and turned it into a year-round relationship building, setting up your office in a retail location. Then he translated that to malls. So it's just been a really impressive. He's a great marketer. Chris, you're a great marketer, and really, really excited to have you on the team. You know, I've learned a lot from what you've done. And the last thing I want to point out to the team is not only is Chris great at that, but he is super tied into the legislative agenda in his state and nationally. He really gives back to the industry. And that is something I've also been always impressed, Chris. So just a great addition to the team. Thrilled to have you, buddy, and congratulations.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you. I've leaned on you over the years too, as in our conversations, and I appreciate you. I appreciate your operation. How we've all supported each other and picked up each other's slack, and if you will, where we needed help, and always someone we can talk to and lean on. And so, I what a gift today to have all additional Dave and Sam and you, Brian, too, on this podcast. And what a surprise and what a gift. And thank you for your support, too, and your friendship. And I can't even imagine, because it's unlimited, what we can all do together now going forward.
That is awesome. Well, hey, thank you guys all for joining. We are super excited to have this announcement come out. Really appreciate everybody. Chris, you're the type partner we want. I'm convinced that the common thread between all of our partners is humility and hard work. And it's truly this idea that the more humble you are, the more you can serve, and the more passionate you are about serving, the harder you work. And all of this combination, as we've done all of these Inspire podcasts, it's one of the things we've learned throughout all of them is this combination of humble and hardworking. You certainly fit that bill, and we're super excited to partner with you. We're going to be announcing this today. Please make sure that you like and share and get that out there. It's going to be a lot of fun. So congratulations. Really proud to be your partner, man. Can't wait to try some salsa, wine, and some Oreos. It's going to be a lot of fun, man. Maybe not all at the same time. Maybe not all at the same time. You have to split those up, bro. But, hey, congrats, man. Excited to be a partner. Again, we're super excited to have Carothers joining us today. Chris and his team are going to be incredible additions to the Integrity family. And thank you all for taking time to join us on this podcast. Can't wait to talk to you again on Monday morning. God bless you guys. Take care. Have a great day.